If you grew up in the Taiwanese school system, you know the scene. For 6 years, from middle school through graduation, your entire universe is compressed into the size of a textbook and a Scantron sheet. It is a relentless, suffocating loop. Lectures all day, cram school all night, and a never-ending parade of exams. We didn't have expectations or dreams. We only had progress reports. Back then, I had a simple mantra. Just get into university and I'll finally be free. I'm going to make up for every second I lost. But when I finally crossed that finish line, I hit a wall I didn't see coming. When you've spent your entire life being told exactly when to sit, stand, and study, you don't actually know how to have fun. You have the freedom, but no manual. So I drifted. I fell into a digital haze of late-night gaming, aimless chats with strangers, and greasy midnight snacks. I skipped my morning classes as a matter of principle. I wasn't living the dream. I was just rotting in slow motion. Then came the sledgehammer. I'll never forget my freshman midterm report card. It was a masterpiece of failure. I got a 10 out of 100 in physics, a pathetic 3 in chemistry, and somewhere in the 20s for calculus. I didn't even pass English because I hadn't bothered to crack a single book. I had just guessed every answer. Staring at those numbers, reality hit me. If I didn't perform a miracle during finals, I was going to be expelled. I looked back at my first 6 months of college and tried to find one meaningful memory, one moment of genuine satisfaction. The result was a total blank. I had to ask myself, is this really the life I want? The answer was a resounding no. I realized I wanted a life that was vivid. I wanted a life that left a paper trail of memories. So I started doing things. I threw myself into community service, teaching kids in local neighborhoods and leading folk dances. I discovered that the adrenaline of planning an event from scratch was far more addictive than any video game. By my sophomore year, I was the president of the Tainan Alumni Association. I was hunting for sponsors, designing posters, and managing teams. Since my major was essentially a boys' club, I took it upon myself to organize over 20 mixers with other schools. I was learning how to communicate, how to lead, and how to hustle. But more importantly, I was learning to keep asking that one vital question. Is this really the life I want? Years later, that question returned to haunt me. I was 30 years old, living and working in Tokyo. One evening, I was commuting home on the Tozai line. I looked around the subway car and saw a sea of men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. They were all wearing the same black suits, clutching the same briefcases, either staring into the middle distance or nodding off from sheer exhaustion. In that quiet, crowded car, I saw a ghost. The ghost of my future. I saw myself 10, 20, and 30 years down the line. I realized that I could live that life. I could survive it. It was safe, and it was stable. But that's not what I want. Right then and there, in the middle of a Tokyo commute, my life in Finland quietly began.